Food adulteration.
Man cannot live without food. It is essential for human beings to grow up and survive on earth. But these food are being adulterated seriously. Fruits, vegetables, fishes, oil, milk products and baby foods are mainly being adulterated daily. Many reasons are responsible for food adulteration. Food and beverage industries use poisonous chemicals which contain harmful substances. The prime cause of food adulteration is the endless greed of the immoral and dishonest businessmen. Human life is less valued to their profit. While taking many surveys, it is found that most of the food are being adulterated dangerously. Adulterated foods contain harmful substances such as DDT, iodine, formalin, chlorine, etc. All adulterated foods are very detrimental to our health and life, which leads to death. Taking adulterated foods, we often fall victim to many serious diseases like cancer, kidney failure, liver damage, heart disease, headaches, high blood pressure, etc. So it is essential to stop adulteration. In spite of taking some positive measures by our government, law enforcement agencies have to be more active. Immoral businessmen have to be identified and punished. Mass media and common people can also play a vital role to remove the problem. The historic speech of March 7 by Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was the most important incident just before liberation war in Bangladesh. It reshaped the history of the country. Though the speech, the people of the country got the final directive and a strong inspiration to fight for the liberation war against the then Pakistani rulers. Bangabandhu delivered the speech when tensions were increasing between then East Pakistan and the powerful political and military establishment of West Pakistan. In the speech, the father of the nation, Sheikh Mujib, called on the freedom-loving Bengalis to wage a decisive struggle against the Pakistani tyranny. During the speech, Bangabandhu proclaimed at a huge rally at the Racecourse Maidan in Dhaka that our struggle is for our freedom. Our struggle is for our independence. In the speech, Sheikh Mujib also called for every house to turn into a fortress. Follow the Bangabandhu's declaration, people across the country, from the capital Dhaka to remote villages, continued to raise slogans like সব কথার শেষ কথা বাংলাদেশের স্বাধীনতা and বীর বাঙালি অস্ত্র ধরো বাংলাদেশ মুক্ত করো. And finally, Bengali nation took up arms for liberation as Bangabandhu had asked them to get prepared for. In fact, the speech resolved a sleeping nation and transformed it into a fighting force. The war individually began on 8 days later from the historic 7th March speech, when the Pakistan Army launched Operation Searchlight against Bengali civilians, intellectuals, students, politicians, and armed personnel. In due course, people of the country won the victory and achieved independence. So, the significance of the speech is really beyond measure. Drug addiction is now a global problem. This social cancer has spread its poisonous claw all over the world. Frustration is the cause of this addiction. Unemployment problem, political cataclysm, lack of family ties, lack of love affection, it give rise to frustration. Again, this addiction gives rise to social crimes. When the addicted cannot afford to buy drugs, they commit many kinds of social crimes like hijacking, looting, plundering, killing, robbery. Drugs bear a terrible effect on human body. They kill them slowly but surely. No physician can stop the change that take place in the body of a drug addict. Drug addicted people feel drowsy, lose appetite and sleep. The skin of their bodies begin to change its color. Drugs also damage the brain and all internal function of the body. However, this course should not be allowed to go on unchecked. At any cost, we must get rid of this social cancer by highlighting its dangerous effect on human body and society. The remedy for drug addiction is not very easy. Greed of drug traders has grasped the whole world. Drug business is punishable and the highest punishment is death sentence in Bangladesh. This law must be enforced immediately. Our young generation must be aware of the dire consequence of drug abuse. Parents must be careful of their treatment to children. Feelings of security under loving parents may hinder children from being victims of drugs. Religious and social values must be taught from early childhood. When each and every person is sincere to drive this course of drug addiction from the society, human beings can get rid of it. Climate change has become an alarming term in modern days. Due to environment pollution, climate of the whole world is going through an alarming change. Increase of burning of fossil fuel has been responsible for the rise of temperature. As the temperature of the world is rising and the ozone layer is decaying, our world is becoming a gas chamber. Ice caps of polar regions are melting. Sea level consequently is rising. Hence, coastal areas are going underwater. The alarming news for Bangladesh is that the southern part of the country will only go under the sea. It has already been seen that our southern part is losing its fertility. Cultivable land is becoming salty and earth is becoming barren. Many species have already been extinct and some are on the verge of extinction. Ecological balance is now facing catastrophe. Natural climates are visiting us frequently. To tackle this adverse situation, we have to plant more trees and find out alternative sources of fuel. In this regard, rich countries must be forward, otherwise our planet will face doomsday very soon. Road accidents have become very common in our country. We find the news of people road accidents in the dailies. Most of the mishaps take place for careless driving. No one can say that he will reach home without being injured by accident. The police on duty do not perform their job sincerely. They seem to ignore the fitness of the vehicles. Safe roads is now the demand of the people. We do not want to have anybody lament for his or their own due to road accident. So the concerned authorities should enforce the traffic rules strictly and give maximum punishment to the reckless drivers. The traffic police on duty should be instructed to be more active.
Hi friends, subscribe again and press the bell icon for all new updates.